Sour, Chapter 4, Brutal. A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by me, Estefania. Art for the thumbnail image available at my social media linked in the description box below. A like, a follow, a comment, anything on here as well. All support me very much. So I would appreciate it if you could go and do that real quick right now before the video starts. Now, please enjoy Chapter 4 of Sour, Brutal. Flashback, 7 months ago. Marinette was standing on her balcony, leaning against the railing. She had been crying for about 45 minutes. She was exhausted. Her duties as Ladybug and the guardian of the Miraculous were just too much. Everything was just too much for her. She was getting even more schoolwork now, and also more commissions, so trying to keep on top of everything was becoming nearly impossible. She was only 17. Why was her life so complicated and stressful already? Tiki, I can't do this anymore. I'm so tired. Choked out the brunette in between sobs. I know it's hard, Marinette, but you've come so far. I believe in you. I know you'll be able to stop Shadow Moth soon. But how soon? I can barely go out with my friends. I'm always tired. People say when you're a teenager, those years will be golden, the best years of your life, to enjoy your youth. But how am I supposed to enjoy these years when I barely even have time to sleep? More tears emerged from the bluebell eyes, tears she couldn't stop, even if she wanted to. Marinette, I wish there was something I could do to make you feel better, said the red kwami that was floating in front of her owner. She felt bad for Marinette, despised seeing her owner like this. I don't think there's anything to do. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Whatever you say, Marinette, just know that I'm here for you. Thanks, Tiki, but could you actually give me some time alone to think? Asked Marinette to her small companion. She felt the need to be alone with her thoughts and feelings for a moment. Of course, Marinette, said the kwami as she flitted away. The kwami felt bad for Marinette. The poor girl didn't deserve to feel this way, and she wished she could help her owner to get rid of that feeling. But she didn't know what she could possibly do or say to make the brunette feel better. So she decided to just be there for the girl when she needed her. Once Tiki was down the trapdoor and in her room, Marinette started talking to herself, pondering about everything that was going on in her life. Ugh, the brunette groaned. I'm so sick of all of this. I'm sick of being 17 and not actually feeling 17. That's the best she could describe it, as not feeling 17. She felt like someone her age shouldn't have the whole weight of Paris' safety on her back, and yet somehow she did. This feeling, all these responsibilities, all this work, felt like it was going to consume her completely, if it hadn't already. It felt like so much, and she felt so little compared to the size of it all. She felt insecure in her ability to keep Paris safe, insecure in her abilities as guardian, insecure that she wasn't good enough, insecure that she wasn't strong enough to bear all these things that made her feel minuscule, and that everything would come crumbling down in front of her eyes, and it would all be her fault. Putting every citizen in danger, her friends, her family, everyone, would be her fault, all because she couldn't hold up to the pressure. Why am I so insecure? Everyone trusts me more than I trust myself. Marinette just wished she could quit right then and there. Just stop being Ladybug and the Guardian. She was so tired, and it felt like just quitting would make her feel better. But no, it wouldn't. Now she couldn't do that to the city, to Cat Noir. Cat Noir was the only person that could possibly understand what she was going through, even if he wasn't the Guardian. He was still a Miraculous holder. He was the only one that could actually begin to understand the turmoil inside her. He was one of her only real friends, one of the only people that was always there for her no matter what, and that always had her back. The only person she could trust blindly, trust with her life, and she knew he felt that way too, which made her feel even better about their friendship. Their friendship and partnership was probably one of the only things she wasn't insecure about. Huh. My real friends are probably only Cat Noir and Alia, now that I think about it. She had thought of so many more people as her friends, and she realized that they were merely acquaintances or classmates, not her real friends. At least not like how Cat Noir and Alia were. The brunette's mind took her to another thought after that. She had been a complete nervous wreck the past few days. She had been on edge, going back to bad habits she had thought had stopped. Apparently they hadn't. The girl didn't know exactly why this week was when she broke down completely, but she knew she was absolutely exhausted. Physically, mentally, and especially emotionally. She really wished all her responsibilities could just disappear. That she could disappear. I wish I could just take a break. I wish all of this would end, said Marinette, with a sad tone to her voice breaking slightly from time to time from her previous crying, and the few tears that she was pushing back so as to not cry even more. She had brought out her diary beforehand to write down how she felt if she wanted, and at that moment she felt like she had calmed down enough to write, but also not enough that she needed another way to express what she felt. She made her way over to a lounge chair on her balcony where she had previously left the diary. The girl picked up the pen and diary she had left there, sat down and started writing what she felt. Dear diary, I'm so insecure, so tired. I just want to quit my job, start a new life. But everyone would be so disappointed in me, and I simply can't do that. And I'm so sick of being 17. At this point, I'm not getting a teenage dream. And I just don't stick up for myself, which makes it even worse. I'm so anxious as well, and nothing helps. Everything I have to deal with on a daily basis just makes me feel drained, anxious, and leaves me with no time or motivation. The brunette continued to pour her thoughts and feelings into her writing. It made her feel better. It took weight off her shoulders, having it imprinted on the page in her diary. Everything felt extremely chaotic in her mind, and writing it on the piece of paper kind of calmed the chaos. Her inner music probably sounded as chaotic as she felt, just like Luca had said. Thinking of her inner music and Luca made her start humming how she imagined Luca's music would sound like if he took her as inspiration. Marinette began to sing what she had written down in her diary to the melody she had been humming. It somehow lined up almost perfectly. Sure, it needed to be double-checked and maybe change a few parts, but for the majority of it, it felt perfect. Like the perfect way to express her feelings. I should write a song with what I feel. The idea seemed basically perfect. She could start a career if she wanted, and if she didn't, it was simply a good and healthy way to express how she felt. So, she recorded what she had written in the melody she had thought of on a voice note on her phone. This felt like a small light in the room of darkness that had been consuming her. This is perfect, said the brunette to herself. She felt relieved that she finally had an outlet for her emotions. When she finished singing what she had already written down, she finished the audio recording with one final line she came up with on the spot. God, it's brutal out here. Thank you so much for listening. Chapter 5 is on the way. In the meantime, you can check out other videos on this channel and other content on my other social media. I'm sorry this took so long. I've been extremely busy with life, but I'm back now, and I hope that updates become more regular now. I hope you enjoyed, and please leave a comment, a like, subscribe to this channel to support me. I hope you enjoyed Sour Chapter 4, Brutal.